Hallo, ich möchte sprechen Rick Owens Bolan Banana D Jeans heute. This was a very compulsive purchase because the store had a special sale. I was bored. I was in this carefree mood. Not the smartest of purchase, but again, I say it all the time. This channel, it makes me spend a bit more because content. This is actually my third pair of the banana trousers. Will probably not be my last. I love the silhouette so much. The pants, they make me so happy whenever I'm in them. So, and most importantly, they make me feel like I'm a participant and I'm at the forefront of this fashion BS that we're into, pushing the boundary. People who wear Dior, they probably don't know what this feels like. Oh, the Dior logo. Oh, a jacket, a typical jacket. Oh. Okay, before we start the review, look at this footage. This is the original length. I am not the tallest man, so I have to pin these up, which make the pants more wearable now. Obviously, the first thing we gotta talk about is shredding. Here's what Rick Owens has to say. This version is made from denim, whose outer layer has been shredded and frayed. The shredding is done by laser, and the final wash gives the garment its final look. Let's talk positive first, because there are a few negative. Actually, a lot are negative. Incredibly unique. We've all seen and want distressed denim, though most distressed denim you see are not this distressed, and it's a bit more selective. This is more how far can we push it before we go over the line. Like, they really try to find the line and just stepped over it a little bit. Everything is lasered except a few strands of fabric to keep the integrity and the flare denim. The distressing, they go up to the waist all the way down to the hem, which looks great but incredibly impractical. Obviously, this is not an everyday type of denim. If you can't tell, it's a piece of art, almost to the point where you shouldn't wear it but frame it. But if you know me, I'm gonna wear everything I have. Another thing, this is new to me, the stressing on the back. I've never seen that before. I've never worn that before with the distressing on the back, so it has been a great experience just from an aesthetic standpoint, from the practical standpoint. Crazy hard to put on, but it is new. I always enjoy experiencing new things. I have this bad habit of want to do things simply to say I've done so. Sometimes I don't even enjoy it. Like eating snake when I was young. I ate it just to say I've eaten snake. Once again, the stress from below the zipper all the way down to the hem from the back. It's a bit of a problem when you sit because you will get very concerned about ripping the strands of the strand of fabric apart on the butt area, because if you just slide in on the chair, it's gonna go. And before I forget, this is my favorite part. It is so beautiful the way everything here is shredded, yet there's no space. So it looks like stacking of the distressed denim. It's just beautiful. Okay, let's talk negative. After one wear, the knees area gave out completely. Gave out after 10 minutes of carefully wearing it because I had to sit down. I was expecting it to come apart, but these laser, they will laser so harshly. I don't like how it looks when the strands are not connected anymore. I want the whole pants to look like this area right here. I would have loved it if the team had spared the hem, but it would have made it incredibly easier to wear. On top of pinning it, I had to pin the extra fabric a bit further so I can preserve it a bit longer. For the rich people, it's not a problem. They wear it once, fuck it up, buy the second pair, but I am not that rich yet. Soon, we'll get there soon, but I also wish they spared the butt area, or like just laser it on the lowest setting. You don't have to go as hard as the front. The butt area also gave out a little bit. I was very careful, but I think when I was driving, my butt was itchy, so I was moving in my seat just trying to itch. So I think that might have cut a few strands here and there. But the knee areas, I think that's my least favorite part. When it gave out, it looks so bad to me. I wish it was still connected. Waistband with belt loop and pocket rivets and closed with a concealed button fly. I love the waistband. The denim is on the soft side. This waistband is not uncomfortable like the black polyester pair. It's soft, but it's very substantial. Think of it like horse leather. It's thick, but it's still soft and supple. Most consumer, they have to choose the softness of lamb or they have to choose the thickness of calf. Since the waistband area is one of the areas that didn't go through the laser, you can see the mineral stone wash a bit better. You can see the indigo salvage denim on the bottom. I love the pair I got. The blue and stone wash gray works really well for me. Button fly, I hate it. I cannot stand it. Please, just put zipper, Rick. Please, Kagney zipper. 4 pockets, but technically 2 because 2 of them is, the 2 within that I don't ever use. I don't know anybody ever use that. You can see the pocket through the shredding, which is great. The colors of the color of the pockets are gray, so it's cool, blends in. I'm a fan of the length. I wouldn't put anything in here though because it will look weird. It will look a bit bulky. On my pair, you can see that the laser caught a little bit of the pocket. The pocket does serve a function of keeping you a bit less naked, you know, so it covers, because you could probably see through the laser, but anyway, it does a good job. So the underwear is exposed slightly, but not too much from the front. From the back, yeah, all your underwear is going to be shown. They feature a long zipper running from center butt, curving around the hip to the hem. It can unzip at the back to expose the butt, and also from the hem to expose an inner flare panel in the leg. Rick released a lot of pants with the shredding effect, but I never consider any of the pair. I love the banana so much. Depending on how much zipper you let out, the silhouette of the jeans will change completely. I prefer to keep mine around the knees area because I love the wider look. When you keep it too skinny, it doesn't look too good, but you know, if you love the skinny looks, the banana gives you the option to do so. If you can't tell, I love this detail so much. It's one of the main reasons why I have 3 pairs of these. I love that you can see the shiny silver zippers detailing throughout. It's a beautiful, beautiful look. Now let's talk about the indigo dyed flared panel. Initially, I wasn't a fan. I wanted to go through the minerals treatment as well, but the more I spend time with it, the better I like it. It provides a nice contrast to the mineral color, the gray mineral color. Make the pants a bit more dynamic to me, not as singular. So in certain lighting or angle, it looks black, but when you get really close to it, it's just this deep, dark indigo blue, which is achieved by squeezing a lot of jizz out of Japanese men. Hence why indigo dye from Japan is so special. I cannot speak enough great thing about the zipper detailing. I believe that all of you should have the experience of wearing the banana trousers. Even if you can't afford it, go into the Rick Owens store, go to Saks, go to wherever carry Rick Owens. Just try it on. Just feel what it feels like to have these pants on, because it's genuinely life-changing. I wasted a great detail. I cannot stand low-rise pants. Though I love my mega lace pants more than these banana jeans, I am getting rid of those mega lace pants because of the low-rise features. Low-rise also provide you with less options. With high-rise, you can wear them high, you can wear them mid, you can wear them low. Floor length. I touched about this a bit earlier. I had to pin it up, but I pinned it enough to get the look of the floor length while being able to walk properly and somewhat take care of the hems. I use this one example a lot. When I learned how to ride a bike when I was like 3, 4, or 5 years old, my mom and everyone around me was like, Makasy, when you learn how to ride, you're gonna fall. Do not be worried. Everybody falls when they first learn how to ride. Spoiler alert, I did not fall while learning. Right as I was about to fall sideways, I put my feet down. This has been my philosophy or trend of my life. So it will take me a bit longer to do something or to learn something, but I don't plan on failing on my first few tries if I don't have to. So an example would be, I take calculated risks. I'm a numbers man. I might come off as this carefree on a whims kind of guy, but it's kind of facade. Behind the scenes, I'm prepped up. I do my research. It takes a long time. Everything is calculated, that including my editing and B-roll. Everything is calculated. If you want to understand me, think about the fact that I didn't fall while learning how to ride a bike. And then everyone did when they learned, I didn't. That explains how I operate succinctly. The hem. If you choose to wear these pants free flow without cuffing them, the hems will give out so quickly. Yes, the denim is high quality, but the laser was on high power when Rick used it. I would recommend getting professionally tailored or pin these up like I did, so you elongate the lifespan of the pants, and then it also looks good. You know, you can have the cake and eat it too. There's good pooling of the hem, and then there's too much when it changes the shape of the pants into something undesirable. I know Rick is going to re-release these again, so if you're watching Rick, anyone at the team at Owens Corp, just leave 3 or 4 inches without the lasers just so we can preserve the lifespan a bit better. Here's my thought process with these trousers. They're a bit like an art piece that is meant to be worn a few times and then they break apart. Theoretically, it's great, but if you're spending $2.5K on it, you kind of don't want that, at least for me anyway. I'm not at that tax bracket where I can just fuck around with a pair of $2,000 pants and not think about it. For me at the moment, that's about $500, so I'm, what, 1/4, 1/5 there? So we'll get there one day, but at the moment, I want to take care of these trousers as best as I can. Though this is the mainline piece, it does come with the dark shadow fabric that you normally find on the interior. Now, I paid for the mainline. I expected mainline. There's literally no differences though, because both are denim. The dark shadow is this much, the mainline is this much. It's just very similar, it feels better to wear. It's gonna sound very elitist. It feels better to wear mainline. It feels better to wear product has been seen on the runway. Sometimes they release things for commercial reason, you know, a logo tee, a logo hat, whatever. So the fact that they're on the runway, it means that everyone at the team believe in it enough to put it on their expensive runway. A lot of people are not as fortunate as me to be able to afford, you know, stuff on the runway, stuff from Rick in general. So I know I should be more grateful and be more humble, but also be a bit more cocky, knowing that I'm one of the few people in the world who can afford to wear mainline runway records. Material. Here's what Rick has to say. This 13-ounce indigo Japanese salvage is treated with a mineral pearl shredded finish. This garment is first stonewashed and then overdyed with a natural mineral color. The garment is treated to an Italian washout based in the Veneto area of Italy that produces in smaller treatment bath to reduce water waste and utilize a water purifying process that enables them to recycle a portion of water used. All of our denims are washed ZDHC certified. If you're not familiar, denims, it takes a lot of water, and then after the water typically, you know, you can't drink it again, you can't reuse it. So Rick is trying to be more environmentally friendly, so we should commend him for that. Material. It has a really nice feel. The indigo dyed and the middle stone wash really soften up the material. I'm sure you've all felt Levi denim. They're really thick and rough to the touch. It needs a long time of wearing until you feel it soften up. This is pre-soft, which is just amazing. The flare panel have some rubber, so this thing is a bit more stretchy on the panel. I kind of wish the whole pants felt like that, but then I understand why it doesn't. Then it would cheapen it out because 13-ounce indigo salvage denim from Japan. It's just very sought after, more expensive. There's a substantial weight to it, 13-ounce, as I said. I kind of want them to be a bit heavier, maybe like 26-ounce denim would be great, but there's a chance Rick's will retail them at $4,000. But again, I love this material. It feels very good. Although it's 100% cotton, there is a little bit of stretch to it because it's really soft, so it doesn't feel as rough and rugged like a pair of Levi denim, which I love. Not stretch like 3% elastic in there, but enough for you to feel like you can breathe a little. If you eat too much food at dinner, you have a bit of breathing space. The price on these pair is roughly $2,500, which is about $1,000 more than the regular banana. You can find these on the secondary market for $1,000, $1.5. Some people put them up for $2,000, $2.5, but roughly speaking, you can get them for about half off or 60% off on the secondary market, which is a bit better, but I would be careful though buying these secondhand. Ask for current photos because a lot of people, they still wear their clothes after they taken the photo and put it up on Grail. I do it too. Everybody does it. You just have to expect that. But with these pair, you have to be especially careful because the photo might reflect that, oh, the shreddings are still connected, but after the wear it a few more times since taking those photos, it might be in a worse condition. Again, only this particular pair, so ask for current photos just to see the state of all the shredding. But then again, you know, at first market as well, you know, workers at retailer, they tend to wear these products around. I would return it right away if the shredding are more exposed than it should by the photo online. It's a complicated buy. Just be careful whether you buy it on the secondary market or the first market. I've worn it a few times into Boston. A few heads was turned, mostly from women. Not a lot of Rick Owens fan in Boston, not a lot of avant-garde fan. Men here dress a bit like children with their little, you know, whole Nike suit and their crazy expensive, cool sneakers. A lot of emphasis on the sneakers when it comes to Boston. You either get that look or you get the Depop thrift store looking college student. I'm sure there are a few people in the avant-garde scene, but just hard to find in Boston. Think of amazingly designed jacket in a Dior runway. Very hard to find. I am getting used to people touching their friends on the shoulder. Hey, look at what that guy's doing. It kind of just white noise to me kind of now. I don't let the mean or the good looks distract me too much. I know that to them, I'm just a 5-second anecdote that would not be the highlights of their day. So let's say it's a judgment stare. It's not going to be top 10 moments of that person's life. So everyone has their own problems. Everyone have their own lives to live. We are never anyone's top 10 moment out of the day as strangers walking on the street. So do what you like, wear what you like, take selfies, put a camera on the window, take fit pics, dance, sing, do whatever you want. 5 seconds of stare from strangers should not affect you. Easier said than done. I am still working through it. I still get a bit shy sometimes, but I'm learning to be better. I'm actively putting myself in an awkward position where there's just a lot of people. I will put my phone on the ground and just like, hey, I'm just taking a photo of my outfit because I'm very happy with it. You're gonna get a few judgment stares, but it's, again, you're not the highlights of anyone's day. Everybody has their own problems. Though I appreciate the shredding detail, I think they overdid it a tad bit, or a lot actually. I wish it were 50% less shredded, or the power on the laser machine, which is 60-70% less, so the strands would last a bit longer. Once the strands are no longer connected, I don't think these pants will look that good. It will look very dead or very normal, very Balenciaga. Right now, it looks exciting to me. Or again, just lower the power in the laser, please. All of that being said, though, I understand why Rick and the team made it this way. They want to push it. They saw the line, right? And then they took a step over. So I understand that. The back shredding is very new to me. The whole over laser process on these whole denim is just very new to me, so I appreciate it. It definitely makes the wearing experience a bit more special. But I am selling these pairs of pants because these pants are event pants, something like, go on the runway, red carpet, which I don't have any of that. I don't go to parties. I live a very boring life. If I ever get big enough and like they invite me to go to like runways in Paris, Italy, wherever, I would wear these as one of the pants or as one of the outfits, yes. But at the moment, I live a very boring life. I work 7 days a week. Most of the time when I go out wearing my crazy stuff, I'm just going grocery shopping. From my very light experience wearing it, the shredding on the knees have already given in, as you saw by the B-roll. I knew I was going to sell it, so, because, I don't do much. My life is very boring, and I like it this way. My partner, she wants it a bit more exciting, which is something that we not particularly agreed on. In a way, I want, I'm struggling to say this. I don't know, dude. I don't want to live a really exciting life. I try to keep my emotion as steady as possible. I just want smoothness in my life. I don't want too many ups, too many downs, but that is part of life. But I try to control it to the best of my ability because stability matters a lot to me. I want to get a job. I only want to work one job. But to be honest, I don't want to work any job, but the society that we live in, I would only want to work one job and have that job pay me enough where I don't want to be one of those people that work 2, 3 jobs. It's a privilege to think this way, but I think I can make it come true. Maybe this YouTube thing work out. Maybe I'll figure something out when I'm in Munich. I don't know how it is yet, but I am gonna keep food on the table for my family. So we'll see. I always figure out my life. It's going good so far, so I don't see why it would go bad later. You know, the trajectory that I put myself, or the path that I put myself on, it's going well. So I don't expect it to go bad. I'm prepped for a lot of things. You know, I have emergency funds when something bad happen. I'm ready for all coming. I'm ready for all variables that life will throw at me. This thing is getting off topic. My name is Makasy. Beautiful, beautiful pair of denim, shredding. I wouldn't recommend getting it, but if you do attend a lot of events, fashion show, runway show, whatever it is, get it, wear it. It'll be a great talking piece. My name is Makasy. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.